So I'm reading this young quote the other day, and it actually hit me. He's talking about therapy, but he's basically saying we find the best stuff in the weirdest places. You know, when you're moving apartments and you find that $20 bill in a jacket you haven't worn in years, or that photo of you looking actually happy that fell behind the dresser. It's like that, except the thing you lost isn't money, it's you. Now, Jung called it the shadow, all the parts of ourselves we stuff down because they make us feel like garbage. But here's the thing that not a lot of people actually tells us, that our shadow isn't just our shame and our fuck ups, it's also our greatness, your talent, that version of you that actually goes for it. Now, we want to think of it like this. Your personality is a house. You've got this beautiful attic full of cool shit, art supplies, musical instruments, business ideas, whatever. But you boarded it up because someone once told you, who do you think you are? Now you live in that cramped basement convincing yourself that attic doesn't exist. That's the golden shadow. That incredible shit about yourself that you've literally forgotten your own. Now, this is where Maslow, the psychologist from the 1960s, noticed something weird in his classes. He'd ask his students, who here is going to write a great novel, become a composer, do something actually excellent, something interesting? And you know what happened? Everyone giggled, they blushed, squirmed like he'd caught them watching weird porn. But porn did not exist, or at least in the digital way back then. So he'd push them, if not you, then who else? And everyone became quiet. And he called it the Jonah complex. He named it after this biblical dude who literally ran away from his destiny. We fear our highest possibilities more than we desire them. And it sounds pretty backwards, but when you actually think about it, you ever have those moments where everything clicks? You're in flow, you're killing it, you glimpse of who you could actually be, and then immediately after, you feel weird, almost scared that it's actually you running back to the basement because the attic feels like too much responsibility. Now, this other psychologist, his name is Otto Rank, and he said we're all caught between two major fears. And the first fear is the fear of death, not just dying, but that slow death of becoming a robot who just conforms. And the second major fear is the fear of life, actually standing out, being seen, becoming too much. And the fear of death pushes you to open that attic. But the fear of life, that fear of being the nail that sticks up, keeps you hammered down in the basement where it's safe. Guess which one actually wins? Spoiler, we're all fucking terrified of actually living. Now, this other guy, his name's Colin Wilson. This guy wrote like 50 books, clearly wasn't afraid of his attic, and he noticed something depressing about modern culture. He called it the unheroic hypothesis, this pervasive sense that we're all doomed, defeated, basically cosmic accidents waiting to turn to dust. Now, science says you're matter that decays. Politics and capitalism says you're a cog in the machine. And that message is that we're actually closer to a worm than a god. Now, no wonder we never check the attic. If you believe you're fundamentally insignificant, you never have to risk opening that door. You never have to face the possibility that you could actually be great, but you're choosing the basement instead. But the deepest cut of all, the one that stings, is the one that is actually true. A lot of us fear that our potential is because we refuse to acknowledge it due to excuses. If we actually admit that we have talent, real, genuine, world-changing talent, and even if we don't have talent at all, then we can't blame our mediocre life on bad luck anymore. We can't say I never had a chance. We can't say and look in the mirror and admit I'm choosing comfort over courage. I'm choosing the basement over the attic. And so, therefore, as Nietzsche put it, they fear their higher self because when it speaks demandingly. And so, our higher self doesn't want to binge Netflix. It doesn't want to scroll Instagram for 3 hours. It wants us to climb those stairs and open that door. But that's scary. A lot of us, we just stay downstairs. Here's actually what happens when you try. Maslow noticed something else. When he pushed his students, if not you, then who? Sometimes someone would admit, maybe me. But then they'd immediately self-destruct. They'd list every flaw, every failure, every reason they weren't good enough to be great. They compare their messy basement to Plato's perfect palace, and in our modern day to Mr. Beast or like Elon Musk, and conclude they were delusional for even having an attic. And what they miss, the thing that we're missing right now for a lot of people, is that Plato, these famous people, thought exactly the same way. Everyone who actually opens their attic feels like a fraud. Everyone hears that voice saying, who? Me? Who do you think you are? The difference is they told that voice to shut the fuck up and climb the stairs anyway. And so therefore, what do we actually do? Here's one practical exercise. So right now, yeah, I'm serious, so please pause this video or continue listening if you have to. So just grab your phone, open up an app, your notes app, and answer this question, or even just out loud. What's that one thing in your attic, that thing you secretly believe you could be good at, but never trying because who am I to do that? And well, maybe it's writing, maybe it's starting something. For me, this is starting this YouTube channel. Maybe it's just speaking up more. Write it down, then write that bullshit excuse you've been using to stay in the basement. Just set a timer for 5 minutes and do that thing. Not research, not planning, the actual fucking thing. Write that shitty paragraph, record that shitty voice memo, sketch that thing, send that message. And so when that timer hits 5 or even 1 minute, you can stop. Or you can keep going. But here's the thing. You can't unknow that you open the door. You can't pretend the attic isn't there anymore. And that's it. That's the whole practice. And so therefore, the dragon sitting on your treasure, that's you. The dirt it's buried in, that's also you. So stop listening to me. Go open your fucking attic and hit subscribe. Thank you.